But first, a murder mystery in Mesa. A man shows up screaming in pain. Now, 2 days later, growing concern for neighbors. It's just in a heartbreaking update tonight. Phoenix police confirming a 13-year-old boy has died after serious injuries from a crash last night. It happened near 17th Avenue in Bethany home. 5 other people were hurt. Officers say the driver of a blue convertible may have been impaired at the time. The family of the young man who lost his life have now set up a GoFundMe page. We've put a link to that on our website at abc15.com. Brand new video from an ABC 15 viewer showing Tempe police arresting a man after a standoff at this apartment complex near Kyrene and Baseline. Police say a man in his 40s pointed a gun at someone he was arguing with in that parking lot. Then the suspect locked himself in his own apartment, refusing to come out. After about half an hour, that man surrendered and was arrested. Parts of the valley picked up some showers today. I know we did at my house in central Phoenix. So is more rain on the way? Let's get to meteorologist John Patrick, who I know has the answer for us. A dangerous 24 hours on valley roadways. And now police say they believe speed and alcohol played a role in this crash near Avondale Boulevard and Broadway. 4 people were sent to the hospital. One driver was even thrown from the vehicle. The car with a passenger inside crashed into a canal. MTSO says 2 people in the other car took off, but later came back. We're also learning more about this deadly crash that happened overnight. Phoenix police say 3 people were in that car when it lost control, hitting a curb and then crashing into a tree near the I-10 and University. The 27-year-old in the back seat was killed. Another passenger had serious injuries. The driver is doing okay and cooperated with police. Bond has been set at $1 million for the Cave Creek woman accused of poisoning her husband with antifreeze. Detectives say 66-year-old Connie S. Kelson claimed that she found her husband unconscious inside their home. At the hospital, they found a potentially deadly dose of a common antifreeze ingredient. Detectives believe she had been pouring it into her husband's drinks every day for months. Well, it's certainly convenient, but is it safe? Teens can now take their learner's permit tests at home and online. It's a Saturday morning. You think about Walmart. So many people there, as Tyson said, trying to get groceries, whatever they need for their weekend. So if you think about it, this unfortunately could have just been so much worse. But if you're just tuning in to us, I want to recap exactly what's going on. We can confirm that 2 Chandler police officers were shot at this Walmart here inside the foyer area at about 6:40 or so this morning. This is the Walmart near Arizona Avenue in Pecos there. It's a 24-hour Walmart. We can also confirm that the suspect has been shot and is dead. So there is no manhunt. They have the person they believe is responsible for this. We can also confirm that the 2 police officers are in stable condition this morning. So they are expected to be okay. We're working right now to try to get more information on exactly how this happened. But we know that this came in at 6:20 as a trespassing call. And you can see as Air 15 is hovering overhead live, you can see at least a dozen Chandler police squad cars there still on scene. This perimeter, you can see the tape 2 is quite large in this area. They just want to make sure that they have this entire space secured and cleared, of course, before they start letting people inside. But you heard Tyson talk about that woman who was so scared she hid inside of a dressing room when she started hearing those gunshots. So yeah, as we said earlier, this could have just been so much worse. So we're glad that those 2 police officers are in stable condition. Yeah, and of course, tune in for updates on air and of course online. We're not leaving you guys. We're going to be here with you through 9 o'clock. So definitely keep it tuned to us because we have continuing team coverage for you. Yeah. It's Jamie Greenberry who's on the phone. She's an ABC 15 viewer and has actually been stuck inside all of this. Jamie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Jamie, from your vantage point, what are you seeing? Actually, there were people who were checking their phones inside of that town hall event, and they were getting tweets and different updates, and they were being told that this was happening, that this gridlock was taking place. So some of them were actually shouting to Sheriff Joe Arpaio, you know, what are you going to do about it? And he just said a few times, my people are going to take care of it. My people will take care of it. And he was just insisting that his deputies would be on scene. But this is, I mean, really unprecedented to see this large scale of a protest to try to block that many people from accessing this event. But as you just mentioned, it does look like cars are finally able to get back in. You can see some people getting into that car there, almost as if people had stopped and stalled. I mean, it looks like those people are just pulled off to the side and parked. We were getting reports that some people might even be leaving their cars and just walking to the event because they weren't exactly sure when they would finally get there. Road 87 northbound here. We just passed it, but we saw, gosh, it had to be dozens and dozens of vehicles pulled off to the side and parked, which I think is just a testament to what we've been hearing from a number of people. I know Mary Ellen spoke to a woman who parked and then hiked some 3 miles. I was hearing reports of people stopping, parking, and then walking the rest of the way. And that's, I think, exactly what we were seeing there with those vehicles pulled over to the side. But you can see, I mean, this backup, it just goes for miles and miles there because, yes, in some areas, the blockades have been removed. But we have to remember it's going to take a long time for them to relieve all of this traffic and clear out all of those backups, especially if they're only letting people in one by one. You have to think about it, too. These events we know are going to be crowded. They're going to have a lot of cars anyway. And then when you add into all of that, these, people blocking traffic, of course, that's only going to exacerbate the situation and make it a whole lot worse. And so that's what we're seeing right now. You can see the northbound there just totally blocked, cars just kind of inching by, trying to clear all of that traffic back up out.